to the Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
Have you ever stopped to think if the current Golden State Warriors roster is really enough to compete in the West? The season continues, and while rivals strengthen their squads, the Warriors still seem to have some gaps in their lineup. But don't worry, because according to Chris Haynes from Yahoo Sports, the team plans to be very aggressive in the buyout market. The question is, which players could arrive to strengthen this team? Let's analyze the possible targets and how they could impact Steph Curry and company. The current state of the roster. Right now, Quinton Post has been getting more minutes and is establishing himself as an interesting name in the rotation. With a healthy roster, the Warriors have a strong core consisting of Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Jonathan Kuminga, and Butler. Coming off the bench, they have Moses Moody, Kevin Looney, Gary Payton II, as well as players like TJD and Gueye Santos, who is one of the biggest wings available on the roster. The problem? The team still seems incomplete. The trade deadline passed without major moves, and the Warriors missed out on some desired pieces. Now, with open roster spots, the search for reinforcements in the buyout market becomes essential. Marcus Smart, the missing piece? One name that could soon be available is Marcus Smart. The veteran defender, who was traded to the Wizards, might be released, and if that happens, the Warriors should jump into the race. Smart is the type of player who fits perfectly into the team's identity. Intense on defense, experienced in the playoffs, and with a winning mentality, he would bring an energy similar to Draymond Green's. Of course, his shooting may not be the most consistent, but his defensive presence and leadership would make a huge difference. The Warriors lost Dennis Schroeder in the Jimmy Butler trade and need another ball handler. So, why not bet on Smart? Bogdanović, the missing shooter? Another name that could be a valuable addition is Bojan Bogdanović. The Croatian forward, currently with the Brooklyn Nets, has not played this season due to a foot injury, but when healthy, he is one of the best shooters in the league. Before being traded to the Knicks last season, he was averaging 22 points per game with 41% shooting from three-point range. Even at 36, Bogdanović can provide essential spacing for a team that needs more consistency in long-range shooting. And let's be honest, the Warriors need more firepower off the bench. If Bogdanović is healthy and available, he could be a very interesting option to strengthen the second unit. What about Kelly Olynyk? To close the list, a name that might not be as flashy but makes a lot of sense for the Warriors, Kelly Olynyk. Recently traded to the Pelicans, he could be waived and enter the buyout market. What does he bring to Golden State? First, spacing. Olynyk is a big man with a reliable perimeter shot, and he is also an underrated passer. He can play alongside Draymond or even be a stretch five in the rotation. With the Warriors needing more versatility in the frontcourt, Olynyk would be a perfect fit. Besides Marcus Smart, Bojan Bogdanović, and Kelly Olynyk, the buyout market could bring other interesting options for the Warriors. One name that could emerge is Danilo Gallinari. The veteran Italian, despite recent injuries, still has a reliable three-point shot and could be another piece to space the floor and reinforce the wing rotation. Another name to watch is Thaddeus Young, an experienced player who offers defensive versatility and tactical intelligence. He may not be a great shooter, but his presence in the paint and ability to defend multiple positions could be valuable for the Warriors. If the Warriors want to add more presence in the paint, Tristan Thompson could also be a name to consider. Although he is no longer the dominant center he once was, he still brings energy, rebounding, and playoff experience. What's the Warriors' next move? The Warriors know they need to strengthen the roster if they want to compete with the top teams in the Western Conference. The core led by Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jonathan Kuminga remains strong, but roster depth is still a concern. Now, the big question is, can Bob Myers and the Warriors front office secure a key reinforcement in the buyout market? Or will the team continue betting on the current roster? The only certainty is that the Warriors need to act fast. The buyout market is open, and competing teams are also eyeing the best available players. If Golden State wants to make noise in the playoffs, they need to be aggressive and seek strategic reinforcements. And you, Warriors fan, who would you like to see wearing the Warriors jersey in the coming weeks? Marcus Smart, Bogdanović, Olynyk, Gallinari, Thaddeus Young, or someone else? Comment below and join the discussion. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the Warriors News Fan Update channel. Here, you'll find the hottest news, in-depth analysis, and honest opinions on everything happening with the Golden State Warriors. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos and stay updated on the team's next moves. My take as a Warriors fan. As a Warriors fan, I really think the team needs to act fast in the buyout market if they want a real shot at competing in the West. The core still has talent with Steph, Draymond, Kuminga, and Butler, but roster depth is a major concern. The truth is, losing players like Klay Thompson and Chris Paul while betting on young talent is a risky move. Quinton Post has been a pleasant surprise, but can he handle that responsibility in the playoffs? That's why I think Marcus Smart would be a perfect fit. Why would I choose Marcus Smart? First, he would bring a brutal defensive identity to this team, something the Warriors have always valued. If we already have Draymond and GP2, imagine adding another guy who plays with maximum intensity on every possession. Plus, without Dennis Schroeder, the team lacks a secondary ball handler. Smart may not be the most efficient playmaker offensively, but he competes like no one else and has already proven to be a playoff guy. If the Wizards actually buy him out, the Warriors should go all in. Is Bogdanovich the solution for the offense? Now, speaking of offense, Bojan Bogdanovic is a name that makes a lot of sense. Yes, he's 36 and coming off a foot injury, but when healthy, he is one of the best shooters in the NBA. After the Jimmy Butler trade, we lost some spacing, and a guy like Bogdanovich could help a lot. My only doubt is, can he still move well enough to play in the Warriors system? If so, it's worth the gamble. Would Kelly Olynyk fit into the system? Finally, Kelly Olynyk is another name I really like. He's a big who can space the floor, pass the ball, and has a high basketball IQ. The Warriors tried to trade for a center at the trade deadline, but couldn't. If Olynyk becomes available, he should be a priority to improve the frontcourt rotation. My pick as a fan. If I had to choose just one reinforcement, I'd go with Marcus Smart. He has that dog mentality that fits perfectly with Draymond and GP2, plus he brings playoff experience. But in an ideal scenario, the Warriors would get both Smart and Bogdanovich, securing an elite defender and a deadly shooter for the playoffs. Now, what about you, Warriors fan? Who do you think the Warriors should sign? Smart, Bogdanovich, or Olynyk? Leave your comment and let's discuss. And if you want to keep up with all the latest updates on the Golden State Warriors, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update. Here, we bring you the best analysis, news, and discussions about the team. Turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and stay tuned for the Warriors' next moves.